Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay.
Hi guys, good morning. We're going to go over today the tools that you're going to need for your sourdough journey. So to start with, you need a jar. It can be a weck jar like this. It can be a regular mason jar. It can be anything that you have that you can loosely cover. You don't want it a tight seal because then it will explode. So these weck jars, they come with a rubber gasket and some clips so that you can make it airtight when you need it to be airtight, such as when you're storing your starter in the fridge. It goes just like this. And so that it's completely airtight and it'll keep your starter nice and fresh for when you're ready for it in the fridge. You will also need a rubber band of some kind. I have found the best rubber bands come on asparagus. There's different colors for organic asparagus or regular asparagus, but I found that they're the best rubber bands. And you're gonna use it to mark your jar like that when your starter is inside and you just fed it. And then that way you can see where it's gonna grow, okay? This is a different weck jar. It's just a bigger, this is a 1 liter. This is 1/5 liter. You can get these from Amazon, Williams and Sonoma, all different places, but you don't have to buy these. You can use just a simple mason jar, okay? So you don't have to go expensive. So that's those. Next we have, this is called a Danish dough whisk. This one is different than the traditional ones. The traditional ones almost look like a pretzel in the middle with a wood handle usually. I do not like those ones. They are horrible to clean. Your sponge gets stuck inside, which means little pieces of your sponge get stuck inside. This one is super easy to clean because you just wipe it around and you're done. It's super nice, but it does the same job of whisking everything together. If you do not have one, it is okay. You can use a wooden spoon. It works just as well. It's just a little bit more work, but it works. Next, I have 2 different types of spatulas. This is a long jar spatula. You can get all of these things off of Amazon. I will link them for you, but it's super easy to find them. I recommend this because it is skinnier, so it fits in the little jars or even the little mason jars better than the bigger one does. But if this is what you have, that is fine. It will work. So it will fit in the little jars just the same. You need to be able to move it back and forth. Okay? Easy. Next, we have scrapers. This is a plastic bendable scraper. This is our metal scraper. You will need these for when you are pulling out dough from your bowls. The plastic ones are great for the bowls because they fit around the curves of the bowl and they are super bendable, okay? The metal ones, you're gonna use this one mostly when you're dividing your dough or when you're scooping up your dough off the surface to put it into a banneton or something else. So you need one of each of these, okay? These are pretty cheap and inexpensive, also on Amazon. Our #1 workhorse is a scale. This one is a separate scale. You can have one that is all together scale. It just depends on what you have, use it. The separate scale I like only because when you use bigger bowls, it will cover up the scale part of the one that's connected together. So it's really nice when it's separate, so then I can set it to the side and I can see exactly what my stuff is weighing, okay? You wanna make sure that your scale does grams, and that's what the little G is for. I don't know if you, there you go, you can see the little G. I also like this one because you can change it and it'll do pound ounces, milliliters, flow ounces. It does them all. Okay, so I really like that I have the choice if I need it. That comes in helpful when I'm doing cookies. Next we have the bowl. This is a big bowl. This is 8 quarts. You do not need one that's this big. This one I can put 4 loaves of bread in this one bowl to bulk form it. And so that's why it's so big. You don't have to have one that is so big. You can use what you have. I have regular glass bowls like this that I've used many times, and it works perfectly fine. I do recommend having one that is smooth on the inside. This one has ridges, and that makes it difficult to get everything out. So I do not recommend one with ridges, but any glass bowl or metal bowl, ceramic bowl that you have works. Next, I have a little bowl. This little bowl is a water bowl. You just fill it with water. You're going to use it when you're doing your stretch and folds to wet your hands before you go and you do your stretch and folds. So any bowl that you have, a cereal bowl, any kind of bowl that you have will work perfectly fine. Next, I have a banneton. That's what this is. You can get one of these. Usually they come in sets of 2, which is good. So if you're going to make 2 loaves at one time, these are for proofing your dough or bulk fermenting your dough. You can use a regular bowl. I've done it myself. It is something that will work. I do prefer them. I do not, however, like the liners that come in them. They get moldy and gross very quickly. So you're constantly having to wash them, and you must wash those by hand. You can't put like detergents and stuff on them, or else that's going to get into your bread. So what I do is I use my banneton, and these are, they call them plastic bowl covers. They're shower caps. That's plain and simple. They're shower caps. It goes over it and it pushes down inside it. Now I have a really nice sealed barrier between the wood of my banneton and my actual dough when I put it in here. Then you will need another one to go over the top of your dough when your dough is inside the banneton. So like that, so it covers and protects it. Okay, so that's 2 of the little shower caps / bowl covers. Like I said before, all this stuff can be found on Amazon. It's not expensive. Use what you have and only buy what you absolutely need. And then as you go along, you'll say, okay, you know what? I think I really would like to have that item instead. It'll make a difference. For the actual baking part, I use these. They're by Lodge. It's a Dutch oven. This one is, I believe it's 6 quart. I'm not exactly positive, but I will have it linked below. I actually got these at Wally World at Walmart. They come in different colors. I really like it. They're very durable, and they heat up really nicely, really nicely. If you are wanting to make a loaf style sourdough bread, I like these. I know that other people do not like the dark gray. That's fine. They don't have to like it, but I do. These are Wilton's. These also came from Walmart. And when you are going to do a loaf, you need a cover for it. So you use the second one as the cover, and it goes right on top just like that in your oven. So now you have a Dutch oven, but in loaf pan form. You can use all different ones. There's many to choose from. I just like this because it gives me more of a leverage to take them in and out of the oven, as well as more of a place for the other pan to sit on top without trying to get 2 little itty bitty edges to line up together. So that is that. Also, you are going to need what is called a lame. This is a scorer for your bread. They will come like this. You will get regular razor blades that come along with it. Usually it's a little pack of 5, 10, something like that. And you have your lame. It has a little bent edge. I don't know if you can see it. It's bent. So the edge is going to go in the bottom like that. And then you're going to bend it to go through the top. And once you get it bent, This one's being sticky. Once you get it bent onto there, then you push it down a little bit. And it's gonna look like a sail, like a sail on a ship. And that's what you want it to look like. You can have that a little less dramatic if it bothers you, but that's what you want it to look like. You're gonna use these edges right here, the edges, to score your bread in all different types of designs and things that you would like to do with it. So that is pretty much it. Oh, this one could be considered an ingredient. It can also be considered a tool because it's kind of both. Because you're gonna use it once and throw it away each time, so it's more like an ingredient, but it is something that is a tool for your pans or your Dutch oven. It is culinary parchment paper. I have done a lot of research in all of the things that I use in my bread baking. This one is made of 100% genuine vegetable parchment paper. There is no silicone in it. The last thing you want to do is heat up silicone and put your bread on top of it and have the silicone then infuse with your bread. So you really want to find a vegetable parchment paper. This one is the best one that I found. It is Kirkland. It is from Costco, and it is also the cheapest, which is amazing. So get some of this one. And I think that's it as far as all the tools that you will need to get started. Like I said, use what you have, only buy what you absolutely need, and then from there you will decide what it is that you really need to have to add to your collection. Have a good day.